Okay, so today we are going to demark those type of statements and then just let you know where we are and where AI is and how you yourself are going to be ready in this era and equip yourself to move forward. So let's start today. So basically what we're going to do today is basically walk you through starting by explaining to you how the digital journey is going to be from where we are right now and moving forward, including how AI is being incorporated into the workspace. Okay. But by starting that, we have to first get to that understanding point of what is a workspace. In the best way to understand this is basically in a workspace is in the olden days when we used to be young, when we came to work, the platform for doing work was the office. Okay, there was no computers. Okay, for the finance team, when they came to work, they had to have access what we call ledger books, which were those books that are squared, which they do mathematics. So that was what they used to as their accounting books. And then for people like us who used to do writing, then we had exercise books that we had lined. I know this is very so miraculous for the Gen Z, but this is what used to be in those days when we called so-called the workspace. Okay, in the folders that we used to store all this work used to be that big folder, binding folder that we used to store, and our storage used to be the cabinets, the big huge cabinets where you put your file. And then you had to do your filing correctly, name them all correctly, so that when your boss asked you for a document, you had to know which cabinet, which file, and which area, and which part of that filing cabinet, the folder that you're looking for. So that in the olden days was what we considered as the workspace. And how did we send messages? Letters, yes. We used to, you used to, you have to, you have, if your company was doing so well, you used to have a typewriter. And that one, the most important job that those days used to be the secretary job or the clerk job of typewriting all the letters and all the official communication that needs to go out. So we used to have letter boxes, and every morning the secretary has to come, and if you are lucky, your clients used to communicate to you via the letterbox. And then in terms of as the time progressed, then we came up and somebody invented telephones, the big ones, the one that those are the ones that we use for internal and external communication. So now we have evolved, and those who are new right now, we are using what we call a digital workspace currently right now, where you are very privileged to have a computer, and in that computer you have a platform. Okay, in that platform, we so-called your communication workspace is considered as your now currently is Zoho, and being in linear, you are integrated with Zoho and Google Workspace. So currently, everything that we have spoken about that used to be done in the olden days, now you're doing in the digital workspace. So currently, you are in the era of the digital workspace, and that's how you do your work. Correct? So that being that, now that we understand that, every workspace has its own fundamental features, which one of them is the documentation, okay? Which we've spoken about. Last time used to be papers, now is your applications, which is your application. It's not still paperless. I still see you printing, but anyway. So it used to be the documentations, but now you're using things like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and in Google side, you're using the same similar documentation for Google Sheets, Slides, Doc. Okay. For Zoho, currently right now, they have one, but we are not using it for this space. For communications, in the Microsoft Teams, that's where you can do your meetings. That's where you can do your audio calls. And then that's where you can also do your chats. And then in Google, you have the Google Meet and the Google Chat. And in Zoho, you have what we call the Zoho Click, which I think most of you are still not familiar on how it works, right? So because all of us are all into the WhatsApp communication, which is not supposed to be so. So today we are going to help you and integrate you into how a workspace must be utilized in all its full features. So when we talk about using Zoho as our workspace in the organization, then we will also look at it on how we are using that Zoho for our documentation, communication, storage, emails. And currently right now, what has been introduced into the digital workspace is the integration of AI. And then we have also what we call integration of other applications. So which means I may be in Google, I may be in Zoho, but I can integrate other applications, for example, like Zoom. I can integrate other applications that actually make me do even better. For example, a project application that helps me track the projects that I'm using. And then you can still be able to use that within the same platform or your own that. And then the next one, which is still in progress and is really progressing very fast, is what you have heard, and everything is always on the social media, is what we call automation. Now, that's the scary part that everybody is scared about, because now the workflows that are considered that you are doing currently right now, everything is being automated. So if you don't know what is that automated, is, for example, you currently, automation is basically having a process, a workflow that is repetitive, and you take out the human aspect and let the AI do that whole spectrum of work, okay? So that's what we call automation. So currently right now, many organizations, not here, but all over the world, are currently working on what we call automation of processes and functionality. And hence, that's why you hear in the news, there are some companies that they are cutting down on staff. So one of the things that now in the world that they have accomplished in terms of automation is what you call your customer service. That's why you hear about a lot about chatbots. And so now every time you have any complaints, you want to complain to any of the big companies, you will always be directed first to an AI chatbot to accomplish what you did. And the other part that has been accomplished in terms of automation is basically simple repetitive tasks that have been done. So for example, if there's a specific task in companies that need to be done, then that has been replicated and AI has taken over that particular part. And so you'll hear a lot of people who have been laid off because of this process of automation that is coming. Okay, so don't be scared. Let's move forward. So today we're going to look at it from the perspective of workspace and workplace first. Why are we looking into this? Is because for AI to work very well in the workplace, there has to be order on how everything is done within the workspace. Okay, so we cannot be just doing everything here and there and there, and then we expect AI to come in and assist us and be able to help our work to be more efficient and to do better. So for AI to help us and assist us to be even better and productive and more efficient, is everything has to be aligned within a specific spectrum of how boundary of where we work, and which is now what we call the workspace. Okay, so for today we'll start with in your workspace environment. Currently you have two. You have what we call Zoho Workspace, and you have Google Workspace. So we'll go one by one. So we start with the Google Workspace. Now, not to bore you, we are trying to see the Zoho that you have been using currently right now is advancing. So it has advanced and it has integrated some things that you yourself are not aware of. Okay, so for example, those guys, how many of you have been using the Zoho web browser for only email alone? You just use it for email. When you just open Zoho browser, you just know I am coming here to check my email, and after that I'm off, right? It's good, it's fine. Okay, so now Zoho has introduced what we call Zoho Workplace. Okay, Zoho Workplace. So Zoho has a lot of applications. So before this, I think in 2-3 years before this, it had a lot of applications that it developed and came up with. And then it realized that all this while, whenever their users are using, they only use one application at a time. So they want to chat, they go to only chat. If they want to email, they only go to email. And this has not been working out very well, especially for all the other workspaces also, including Google and all this. And so they have collaborated and put all these things within one platform, whereby you within the same platform you can be able to chat, you can be able to video call, you can be able to do all this and do your work better. Correct? Okay, so workplace, in terms of what it is introducing, when you talk about workplace, is basically everything you need, the features that we've talked about, the documentation, communication, storage, and all this, everything you need within one dashboard. So you don't have this problem of switching from one application to another. So basically that is what Zoho has introduced to you. So from the desktop point of view, most of you use what we use to install for you, what is called the Zoho desktop application, which also is a solo type of application that just focuses on email per se. But now they have come up with all-in-one platform, so-called Zoho Trident. And I think we have installed Zoho Trident for a couple of you, but now we wish that everyone else in the whole organization to join the wagon, and then we use Trident as one of the applications on the desktop because it has its own advantage, as you'll see later. So for now, we'll start with the Zoho Workplace. To go to this place, you will just need to go to the www.workplace.zoho.com. And so if you want to join and join the ride and walk along with us, then you can go. You can just go to this link and then you can click on it, right? So let's start on it, right? Okay. So when you go to workplace.zoho.com, this is what it looks like. It's so-called what you call the workplace dashboard. So the workplace dashboard is basically a place whereby you as a user, you want to organize your work very well, that every day you come, you look at this dashboard, you can already tell what are the urgent works and the things that you need to pay attention to. Okay, so one of the widget, which is called the widget that we have, it's here. Okay, it's called the mail. So here in the mail, you can actually come here and decide what are the type of emails that you need to focus on. So for example, if you are the type that is probably the admin or the office admin, so basically you are looking into a specific folder, okay? One specific folder that you are always supposed to focus on, and it's an important thing that for you, you need to follow up. So you can decide that particular folder is one folder that you'll be focusing on, and then once you jump on this dashboard, it will show you all the urgent messages that are incoming within that folder. If let's say you are the type of like me, I'm always looking forward to what emails I have not read. So I will put this, and then when I come in here, I will see what are the unread emails that have come in and I need my urgent attention. So the mail is more of like you putting something that you need to focus on, that every time you land on, before you go jump into the mail, you can just see, okay, which are the unread or urgent emails, that then you can focus on this type of emails. Now, when you come to streams, streams is more of like your Twitter version of Zoho. Okay, so it's more of like, let's say today I come in, and then in today, I realized that I need to urgently tell one of my teammates that they need to handle something. So I will come and I'll create one, and then I will just tag, put there, and I say, Brian, get the event details ready by today. Okay, you can attach any attachments that you need. You can put any format that you want, okay, or any links for reference, and then you can post. Okay, so when you post this, Brian will get the notification, and then Brian will follow up on it. Okay, and then if you look here, so when you look here, you will see that I can follow up all the urgent notification or postings that I have made, and I have tagged the people responsible. Okay, then I can see that person, whether they replied or comment, or they have a comment on this and stuff like that. So in terms of streams, it kind of like helps you in terms of the thoughts, the random thoughts that run in your head that you need to throw in, and then just follow up on it. So this is part of where you like you can utilize streams. Then you have personal tasks. Personal tasks is basically where you yourself, you can arrange your own tasks, what you need to do, or you can assign somebody a task. So this is the place whereby, hey, you remember today, it's like, oh yeah, I need this girl to help me to design something. Then you quickly come here, help. So anyway, so this is the place whereby you can come in and you can assign a person, okay, the task that you want them to do, and then you can definitely put it you can give it a definition in terms of what the task that you need, and then set a reminder on it. So last time you used to do it under the emailing, and then it becomes a little bit more musky and rough, and you cannot even find and remember what you did. So right now you have a dashboard where you can have all this at one place, and you can assign the task to somebody else. So the other place that you have is reminders. So if you're a forgetful person now, okay, somebody tells you, hey, get me this by tomorrow. And then you kind of like, last time you need a notebook, if you're a journalist and something like that. But right now you have a dashboard whereby you can put, I can see Mabel is very excited about this. So yes. So from today, Mabel will be very happy because she can see all our reminders within one place rather than going into the calendar and waiting for the calendar to remind you. So this is the place whereby you can not only set reminders for yourself, but you can also set reminders for somebody else, okay, within the organization, okay? You can just tag them out and then do that. And then personal note is like, so like right now, okay, this is linear. So linear meetings happen randomly at any time. Or somebody can just come and tell you, I need your help to do ABCD 1, 2, 3. And you don't know where to find your notes and stuff like that. So this is a place where you can just come in, open a note, and it's like your sticky notes. So instead of putting your sticky notes within your desktop, and then when the laptop goes, your sticky notes also go away. So you can just put it in this workplace, and these sticky notes are saved within your platform. So it doesn't matter if I'm accessing my web browser within this platform or I'm using another device, I'll still be able to access my work within the same platform. So the notes is like your sticky notes and stuff like that. Okay. Then you have what you call bookmarks. So bookmarks is basically a place whereby, for example, I am Mabel, I'll use her as an example. So I'm in e-commerce. So in e-commerce, I have different websites that I need to access to do my work, correct? So I have this website, I have the reporting website, then I have this commerce, then I have backend, and there are so many links that I can't keep tabs of. So even if I use the browser, I will have to go to my bookmarks then and then find it. So here is basically where you can set those bookmarks within your dashboard. So whenever you need to just go in, you just come here and then you just click it, and then it will open the specific website that you need. Okay, so how you create it is just basically you open this and then you put in the web link and then the title of it and the description, and then you just add it on, and then it will go to your bookmark. Okay, so this is basically to help you do your work efficiently without anything. And so when you're talking to the boss and I need to go to one side, you just go to your dashboard, click on it, and it takes you there. Okay, so that's what we have when we that. And then the last one is basically finding your calendar and just basically seeing on that specific day or today, what do you have on your calendar? So instead of you going here, going there, so workplace dashboard is a place whereby it gives you that place of every morning, this is my first page of the newspaper. What is in the headlines? What is in the headlines? Then you get to know, okay, these are the things I need to attend to, then you can jump in. So from there, that's where you can jump into your common interface, which is your mail, okay, where you can see and utilize everything that you see. And then after that, the other new thing that we have in the workplace is what we call Azure Search. So Azure Search is same and similar to what you call the email search when you're searching for the email. However, looking at this, you can still use it as that particular search. However, we recommend this one for you is, let's say, for example, I am looking for emails that have been sent to me by, let's say somebody like Afrida asked me, hey, did you see my email? Okay, I got it right today. Awesome. So she asked me, did you see my email yesterday? And then, somebody panics and Lance panics and is like, oh, which email? So if she wants to get it right, he would just come here and then he would just look for your email, clicks this, and this will show all the emails sent by Afrida. Something like that. So it shortens your search and it keeps it strict, clean, and easy to find. So all the emails from the beginning until the end, then easy to find for this specific person. But you can do more search within this spectrum lab. But in terms of our recommendation, we recommend in terms of how to use it in a best way and more format way. This is how you use it. And all good up to here, right? You like it already? Awesome. After this, we'll help you to get started. Okay. So the next one on the browser that we are looking at is the new, what we call the click. Okay. So this is how you go to the browser, the 3 dots, and then you find the click. So this is whereby we are looking at Zoho has upgraded its click. Last time it used to be only for chats, but now you can do meetings also. So now you can actually do meetings within the organization. And you can also call. You can also do for outsiders, which means the outsiders is the same way that we send the teams to you. You don't have teams, but when we send you the login and this, all you need is the link and then just key in the ID and password and they can join in. Okay. So last time we used to struggle about doing meetings within Zoho or doing meetings within the organization, and that's why we subscribe to Zoom. And then sometimes, there's some time you want to use Zoom, but Jeannie is already hang on the Zoom, and this meeting also takes like almost 3 hours, and so you have no other place to do the meetings, and it becomes a little bit inconvenient for you. However, now everybody can do a meeting within the organization, and if you want to do also external, you can do the external meetings as you need to tag the people in between. Okay, so you have the chats where you can chat with people. Okay, and then you have the channels. So the channels is basically what we consider as the group channel that we create. So for example, you can create a channel for marketing here. Okay, you can create a channel for your e-commerce. So every time you want to chat directly with the e-commerce team or the design team, you can just go to channel and then chat. It's like your group chat in WhatsApp. Yes. So yeah, so for group IT, the way we disseminate information for everyone is we just come here and we already created this this channel where we put group IT. So we send and it sends to everyone, something like that. Correct. Okay. So what we're trying as much as we can is try to offload the company communication from WhatsApp and putting it in close to Zoho chats, so that in any case, this is good for business continuity. So in some cases, there are sometimes where you have the communication and you're communicating between people and stuff like that, and then this stuff leaves and you don't have the future communication at all. So this is a place whereby a safe environment whereby when you do communications with each other, the communication still is saved within that. And if we want to retrieve the communication, is also possible because the communication is saved within this person's account. Okay, so these are the benefits that we have currently right now within the current Zoho workspace that have been improved and be made available for you. All good? Good. Okay. So from here, we move to the Zoho Trident, the desktop version, correct? So the desktop Trident, you will see the logo looks like this. It's like a circular with the reddish lines on it, right? So if you don't have this, don't worry. After this, I will organize my team to come to you and ensure that you have this installed and ready for you. Thank you, Jeannie, for the sound effects. Okay, so now Zoho Trident is the same as the one that you saw on the web, which is the workplace one, right? Now, the difference between what you see now and the old one that you're using is there was a synchronization problem with the old one, which means like an email can come to the browser, but when you check in the desktop, it's still not there yet. Correct. So what Trident has done, it has fixed that. So Trident is the same as if you were looking at the browser. So direct synchronization, live synchronization. Whatever comes, the web receives automatically, you also receive on Trident and stuff like that. Okay. Then what it has fixed is what it was. It is what we said before is the transition from one application to another. So when you look at here on this side here, this is where you have the different applications. So if you're in email, you click the email icon. If you want the chat, you directly go to Zoho Click. Okay, and then from the Zoho Click, you can be able to do all the communications from chats to video to all that. Then you have your calendar. Okay, and then you have your to-do task. Okay, and then from the to-do task, then you have your notes, and then at the end of the day, you come here, then you also have your contacts. Contacts means directly I want to chat with Shamil, so I can just come here and I search for Shamil, and then I quickly make a chat, either a call or depending on it. Okay, so this one helps a lot when it comes to alleviating the tasks that you have and shifting from one application to another in order for you to do anything that you are supposed to do. Okay, so whatever that you have seen in the workspace that we have shown you in the digital workplace, it can also be found in Trident, and it works seamlessly as on the web browser. And all good? Okay, so in a nutshell, when we talk about what exactly the Zoho Workplace is, it's what we've already explained. It elevates your stress level in terms of giving you your dashboard, and you can arrange all your work within one page, and you can tell every day what is important, what you need to focus on, and the things that you need to do. Secondly, seamless transition from email to chat, from chat to this. And the third one is the additional features, which is like now you're able to chat, you're able to call, you're able to do meetings and stuff like that, right? And then in the desktop side is basically a unified application whereby you have all the features that you need within that space. Are we all good? Are we all good up to this point? Any questions? Correct. After this session that we do after 12 o'clock, we will use the time between 12 to 1 to go around. I think in the morning, we've just tried to get you signing into Neuron.ai first. Okay. And then after that, we will come in and help you to look into whether you have the access to the workplace and also the access to the Trident. No, with Trident, it doesn't come with the updates differential part line, because I think the Zoho desktop application before was a software, but Trident is an application, different. So application automatically directly update itself to the latest. Yes. So this one of the things that my staff will be helping. They will be getting rid of the old and getting you in with the new. Okay. You can still access everything using the Zoho Workplace, everything that you need currently at the moment. Are we all good? We all good? Okay, so since we are all good, so I can confidently say that as the organization, now we are all comfortable to work everything we do within the Zoho workspace, right? Including our communications, right? Correct? So please, I'm saying this in all confidence because I feel the pain that everybody else goes through when you're somewhere, someplace, and you get your WhatsApp keep on, it's like playing some music, okay? However, if we try as much as we can, secure all the work communication within the workspace, then it saves other people's mental health. Correct? So another thing, if you want the Zoho Click messaging on your phone, you just need to download the Zoho Click application and then sign in with your company email. That way, on the mobile app, you have a different communication of work, and you also have the WhatsApp for your own personal communication. Can we agree on that? Because that's the reason why we are doing this. Because when we don't sensitize everybody inside it, they don't find the reason why should I do this? Okay. So if everybody, we all agree that we all just try to help one another and also try the company moving forward, because the security of the companies are now becoming a threat. Any information you share outside the company workspace, it becomes considered as a leak of information. And that leak of information may come to cost the company within a certain period of time. You may not feel that what you're releasing currently now that has an effect. But now with the AI, with the more education you keep on teaching it and teaching it and teaching it, you never know. Your competitor may have every information that you keep feeding or you keep releasing, either in your personal messages or in other communication outside the workspace. Ken? Thank you. The storage. Zoho storage. No, it doesn't. It doesn't affect. No, it doesn't. So all these are being utilized and saved within your Zoho current storage in terms of whatever has been accumulated for you. I believe that everybody here has been given about 10 gig of storage for your Zoho. Okay. If there's any issue in terms of storage, then the company will always address it on a case-to-case basis, on increase or decrease. If we reach the 10 gig space and all this, usually the protocol is, number one, you have to do housekeeping. So housekeeping is considered like this. All the emails that you receive that are considered advertisements, and those ones invitations, or those ones come here, join our training, but it's not necessarily work-based type of emails, then we will consider for you to come and get rid of this. Okay? All your junk emails, clear. Okay? And then after you clear and you delete them all, please also go to the deleted emails and then clear. That will be the final place where you get in. So in terms of that, that will be, then if you have done all that and you still got no space, then as a company, we'll reconsider in terms of adding more storage for you. Definitely we will do, because we need you to work. Okay? And bring more money. That's the most important part. More money, more good life. Ken, any other question before we move on? No? Okay, now, in this next place, we would like to join with our brother, Mr. Azri, as he comes to present. However, we want to do this with you, which means whatever we are presenting here, we want to engage you. That's the reason why we have been going around this morning and asking you to open a Google profile under the neuren.ai, because this is the most interesting part of how life is going to change moving forward. The integration of AI within your workspace. And because you do all your documentation within the Google Workspace, so this is where the interesting part comes in and how you can be able to do this. Are you ready? Okay, so you will join us either through your computer. You can just open that browser and then just get ready, because this is more of a I do thing, and then I ask you to try it out also. Something like that. And then that's how we keep it interesting and keep it going. Are we ready? Okay, come on, give a hand to Ashley as you come.